उत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्टिकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 26, Text 46. Bhavanam Brahmanaha Sthanam Bhavanam Brahmanasthanam Dharanam Sadvisheshanam Dharanam Sadvisheshanam Sarva Sattva Gunodbhedaha Sarva Sattva Gunodbhedaha Prudhivi Vritti Lakshanam Prudhivi Vritti Lakshanam Bhavanam Brahmanasthanam Dharanam Sadvisheshanam Sarva Sattva Gunodbhedham Prudhvi Vritti Lakshanam. Bhavanam, modeling forms, Brahmanaha, of the Supreme Brahman, Sthanam, constructing places of residence, Dharanam, containing substances, Satvisheshanam, distinguishing the open space, Sarva, all, Sattva, of existence, Guna, qualities, Udbhedaha, the place for manifestation, Prudhvi, of earth, Vritti, of the functions, Lakshanam, the characteristics. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation: the characteristics of the functions of earth can be perceived by modeling forms of the Supreme Brahman, by constructing places of residence, by preparing pots to contain water, etc. In other words, the earth is the place of sustenance for all elements. Please repeat: the characteristics of the functions of earth can be perceived by modeling forms of the Supreme Brahman, by constructing places of residence, by preparing pots to contain water, etc. In other words, the earth is the place of sustenance for all elements. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Different elements such as sound, sky, air, fire and water can be perceived in the earth. Another feature of the earth especially mentioned here is that earth can manifest different forms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By the statement of Kapilas, it is confirmed that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Brahman, has innumerable forms which are described in the scriptures. By manipulation of earth and its products such as stone, wood, and jewels, these forms of the Supreme Lord can be present before our eyes. When a form of Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu is manifested, by presentation of a statue made of earth, it is not imaginary. The earth gives shape to the Lord's forms as described in the scriptures. In the Brahma Samhita, there is description of Lord Krishna's lands, the variegatedness of the spiritual abode, and the forms of the Lord playing a flute with his spiritual body. All these forms are described in the scriptures, and when they are thus presented, they become worshipable. They are not imaginary, as the Mayavada philosophy says. Sometimes the word bhavana is misinterpreted as imagination, but bhavana doesn't mean imagination. It means giving actual shape to the description of Vedic literature. Earth is the ultimate transformation of all living entities and their respective modes of material nature. Dasanstha Bhaktivedanta Purpoto Majnanatimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nityanamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunavadi Pashyanta Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the various elements and its characteristics are systematically presented in these verses in this particular chapter. Fundamental principles of material nature. Krishna Kapila is giving a proper description of various elements and its characteristics. The description is not complete without connection to Supreme Brahman. Originally, everything came from Krishna. He is the original source of all the elements or all the ingredients. Krishna declares in Bhagavad Gita that Aham Sarvasya Prabhavaha, everything emanates from him. So, the elements also came from him, and without describing Krishna's connection, the description of these elements will not be complete. Moment we say earth, the description is complete if we explain that it has come from Krishna. Krishna is the original source, and all elements come from the original source. Matter comes from life. Matter doesn't come from matter. So here Krishna is the original life, and that original life is the source of all the matter. For example, our body, when we are seated under sunlight for a long time, it sweats, and so there is water. Sweating means water. So heat can produce water. That has come from the living body. And like that, the body can produce various elements. Here the important connection is Bhavanam Brahmanaha. Kapila is revealing one wonderful secret here, that this Prudhvi Vritti Lakshanam, Prudhvi, the earth, one of the functions of the earth is that it can manifest the divine forms of the Supreme Brahman. Earth is such a media, either earth or the clay or various products like some jewels or stones. These are all, they can represent, they can present the forms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Is this presentation by the imagination of the person who is presenting, who is carving? No. All these forms are actually described in the Vedic literature. Vedic literature is the original source given by Krishna, which explains the relation with the Supreme Brahman, which explains the service to Supreme Brahman. This is Vedic literature. And so by reading the Vedic literatures, one understands what is Supreme Brahman and what are the forms of the Supreme. Krishna has many forms. Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam. He has innumerable forms. And all those forms are described in the Vedic literature. In many scriptures, they talk about Almighty, but they have no idea of the form of the Lord. There is no description. Sometimes you may find some qualities. They may also say God is beautiful, God is powerful and all that, but they really don't know how God looks. Those looks are described only in Vedic literature. Like Brahma Samhita. Venum Kvanantam Aravinda Dhalayataksham. Aravinda Dhala. That means the lotus petals. Krishna's eyes are like lotus petals. Very wide, bright, full of life. Particularly the eyes of our Govinda, very attractive to people. Like the other day, one person is seated here, facing Govinda, and then is watching. Somebody asked, why are you sitting for so long and watching? He said, I am continuously looking at the eyes. They're so lively, full of life. People get attracted by the life symptoms of the deities. Automatically, deity means the supreme life, Krishna. That is deity. Deity is non-different from Krishna. So what we are seeing in the altar is that the two divine forms, they are standing right in front of us. They are standing right in front of us. This little kiddas, flies, they are also emanating from the Lord. So what can you do? They exist. And you have to give a place. So it is searching for place. So this is a very important confirmation of the fact that deity worship is authorized in the Vedic literature, in Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. And not only that, those authorized forms as described in the Vedic literature, they are immediately worshipable. They are immediately worshipable. And like for example, this Brahma Samhita describes Venum Gunantam Aravindadlaya Barhavatam Samastam. He is wearing a peacock feather, Barhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam, and his angam is fully beautiful. Asita, his bodily color is there, Krishna's color, and that is like a freshly formed cloud in the sky. Little bluish, little blackish. Those colors do not really have an equivalent in this world, but we'll get an idea. Blue or black and all that. So, these are all very important understanding about the deity. The deities are living on the altar. They are lively. They are looking at us. They are understanding our emotions. They are understanding what are we thinking. They are understanding how they are desiring. So these are the understandings we can get from here. Bhavanam, Brahmana, Sthanam. Also, the earth is meant for building residences for the Supreme Brahman, Krishna. All these palaces, big buildings, they're actually meant for Krishna. Jai Radha Govinda Ki Jai. So, this is also confirmation that actually construction of temples is bona fide. And that is a most auspicious activity. And it's a proper function of the earth, which is non-different energy of the Supreme Lord. So, bhavanam brahmana sthanam dharanam. Any little fan is there, that will help. Dharanam, that means sadvisheshanam, sarva sattva gunodbhedaha, guna bhedaha. It can differentiate from other elements. All elements are there present in this sarva sattva guna, and all the qualities are present in this earth. So these are the various functions. That means earth is the place of sustenance for all elements. So this is a all-encompassing sarva kama dukha, all-encompassing. All desires of the living entities can be taken out from the earth. One has to know how to use each and every manifestation of the earth. For example, see a lot of creepers we see there, sometimes they all look very useless. But actually nothing is useless in this world. Whatever comes naturally, grown, manifested by Krishna, God has a purpose. God is a Supreme Personality of Godhead. When He manifests something, there is some purpose. Ultimate purpose is that it should be utilized for Krishna. So even to utilize for Krishna, one should know how to utilize. What kind of a function it can do. These are all very important. These lakshanas have to be understood. If somebody can figure out these lakshanas, then he will become very expert in utilization. That's what modern scientists are into. They're trying to identify various manifestations of the earth, and they go on figuring out this is uranium, this is lithium, this is radium, like that. They have some dozens of these so-called radioactive elements, but all are manifestations of earth. And each and every manifestation, there is a utility, and then all are meant for Krishna's purpose. You may think, what is the purpose of this, big weapons? They may be produced from earth. A lot of parts, all the parts, and then finally there is a missile prepared. Then what is the utility? In one place, Prabhupada says you can even use the missiles in the service of Krishna. Let us say tomorrow Krishna consciousness spreads, and then an entire country becomes Krishna conscious. But obviously you need to exist. The country has to exist among the world. And like every other country, even this country requires military fortification. And so you need missiles. You need guns. You need all this various weaponry. And if any enemy attacks this nation and to want to destabilize Krishna's kingdom, then immediately there is a fighting. And then what will you use? Obviously you use all this weaponry to protect. So this is important, this is required. Defense. Eating, mating, defending. Defense is required in this world. As long as we are existing in this material world, some defense is required. Every institution has to defend. Even we have to defend. Tomorrow if a group of terrorists attack, then we have to defend this temple. So missionaries have to take the guns. They have to take the bullets. If required, yes. And if somebody really comes to shoot you or something, then you have to defend yourself. You can shoot him off and say, yes, I have done this in defense of my own protection, or protection of the property. These are all very vivid possibilities in the near future. Now one should not think Krishna consciousness has nothing to do with this fighting and defending and all that. We are meant for chanting Hare Krishna. Bead bag, chanting mala. Very peaceful people. Chanting, only doing japa. We are very peaceful. We always remain peaceful. But if somebody comes and disturbs the peace of Krishna, then we will not be peaceful. We will restore the peace and again become peaceful. And for restoring peace, then we may have to do a lot of, fighting. The two biggest battles in this mankind, Mahabharata and Ramayana, both are battles. And who is the hero? A Vaishnava is the hero in both the battles. Ramayana hero is Hanumanji and Kurukshetra's hero is Arjuna, Pandavas. Both are Vaishnavas. And what is the scripture saying? Fighting. And so sometimes Vaishnavas have to engage in these ghastly wars in order to restore peace and prosperity in the kingdom. It's all very important. One should not think the Vaishnava history means only japa. I'll only sit and... Actually, that's the ideal. If the whole mankind can simply sit and do japa, then there is no issue. But that's not the scenario. Not everybody is going to chant Hare Krishna. They will not take up. They will not take up. They will take weapons. And so we will also have to take weapons. Vaishnavism doesn't mean cowardism, weakness. They are not weak people. They are very strong-minded, strong-principled people. They are not weak people. They may look little weak or soft, but that doesn't mean they are actually weak in their character. They're all very strong about protecting their interests, Krishna's interests, and a Vaishnava doesn't hesitate to protect the Lord's interest. So this earth is an evidence for all such Vaishnava heroes who protected their Vaishnava kingdoms, like Prataparudra. He protected Lord Jagannath's kingdom for many years. As long as he was there, no invaders could come. No deity enemies could enter his kingdom. In Kali Yuga, there are many enemy forces are there. Deity enemies particularly. So the deities need to be protected. How is that? Deity is Krishna, deity is Supreme Brahman. Here also it is mentioned. Brahmana bhavanam brahmanasthanam. Deity is Krishna, but when Krishna is coming into this deity form, he came on the invitation of the devotees that they want to render service to Krishna. So Krishna, out of his kindness, he descends. But his mood is completely dependent on the devotees. That is his mood. He comes like a small child and completely in the hands of the devotee, particularly in the hands of the pujari. If the pujari puts the peacock feather, Krishna is wearing. If it is not there, Krishna is not going to see, oh my God, it's all missing. So, he will take the one feather and he will put himself. He will not do. If Krishna decorates himself, then what are you doing, sir? All the devotees are sleeping? No. Krishna keeps us busy. The devotees have to be anxious and busy. My Lord should not be neglected. He should not go hungry. All day, night, he is standing. He has to be offered everything on time. This is the meditation of the devotees. As long as such devotees exist, Krishna depends on them, and then everything goes on in that mood. So, Krishna is not going to take any weapons to protect him or to protect his temple. That is the duty of the Vaishnavas who invited him to offer seva. That's all Lord is saying. And the Vaishnavas depend on Krishna, my Lord, you please empower me. And Krishna empowers. Somebody has to take up. So this is very important to understand. The Lord is appearing, but his mood is different. He is completely dependent on the Vaishnava, on the devotees. As long as the pure devotees are there and then they're wanting to offer services, wanting to protect, then the Lord will escape. The Lord will perform his pastimes and then still he will be available. He will be ready to receive services. This is Lord's mercy. We have seen in many, many cases the deities will be buried under earth, under deep water. Like recently they are drilling in one of the rivers, and in some point there are, one deity comes up deep in the river. So the localites are elated. Immediately they install that form and then they started worship. That's the right way. Any form which is visible is immediately worshipable. So that's why these are all various leelas of the Lord. There are so many deities and their leelas are going on. They decide when to come out and when to again go hiding. That is part of the leela. We should not think, okay, now deity is fearful running. Sheer chor, ranashore. We should know, yes, he runs, but he runs only as a leela. Ranashore. Krishna ran away from the war with that king of Magadha. There is a purpose, higher purpose. Much later on that purpose will be revealed by Krishna. So we don't know why Krishna runs away and hides in some places, and why he disappears in some places, why again he appears in some places. Nobody can. He is the supreme personality of Godhead. He decides. So devotees should perform their duties, if required protect, if required take and run, hide, worship, various past tenses. It's all unique to Kali Yuga. Unique to Kali Yuga. Krishna plays with his devotees. So, these leelas are impossible anywhere else. Hiding, running. Like Gopala deity, buried under this thing, he appears to Madhavendra Puri and says, see, they have buried me and then it's very hot there. I am sweating and suffocating. Please take me out and put nice chandan on my body. He demands chandan. So then immediately Madhavendra Puri goes with some villagers and tries to identify. He identifies Gopala, huge deity. So they'll all dig and then nicely take out. Madhavendra Puri installs the deity. He installs and establishes a temple. Of course, he establishes on Govardhan. And then, by seeing this, many villages, they start bringing a lot of jewels, clothes, and all this. And Prabhupada explains, this is how one should build assets for the temple. Building temple means not only just placing some bricks around. You need to build assets, jewels, abharanas. Then comes gundas and terrorists, so machine guns, weaponry. All this needs to be built. Our biggest weapon is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, and induce everybody. Even the people who are attacking, make them chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Go, everywhere, preach. Identify friends, identify enemies, identify plus, identify minus. preach, make everybody favorable to this movement. That is more glorious. If we can make everybody favorable, then where is the enemy? That should be our mood. Like a true devotee doesn't have any enemy. Similarly, we should become true devotees and ensure that there are no enemies created for the temple, for the movement. We should not create any enemies. If somebody enmity is already there, we should try to minimize. This is Vaishnava. This is the first step. Only when everything fails and that fellow is bent upon, then Vaishnavas are willing to take up. Otherwise, yes, we all want to give this Harinam to everybody and make them devotees. That is the biggest weapon. If somebody becomes a devotee, then automatically all other issues are resolved. So devotee's goal should be, we should become very good in the philosophy and practice, and also ensure that we preach to everyone. Convince everybody about Krishna Prasad, Krishna's holy name, and automatically once they become devotees, then they will only render service to the Supreme Brahman who is standing here smilingly. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Any questions?